And talking about living, we have the president of the Route 2 Maxi Taxi Association. Pleasant good evening to you, Mr. Knight. Yes, good evening, everyone. Listen, tell us, I know there's been quite some challenges with the Maxi Taxi Association, the kind of things that are going on as far as crime and what have you. Please share with us here this evening. Go ahead. All right, are you hearing me better now?
Yeah, you're clearly now.
All right, good evening, welcome. Tell us, as far as the Maxi Taxi Association, some of the current challenges that you guys are facing.
We have some real challenges in the sense that one of the pressing issues we have right now is the next of kin to get our PBL pass transferred from the current holder in case of health challenges or in case of death. That is a very, very contentious situation with us as the ministry. We seem to be sitting on opposite sides of the fence. I have my own opinion why that is so and why that continues to be a contentious issue with us and the ministry. We also have the issue of Citygate, where we want to manage our own affairs and we want to make a remarkable contribution to the landscape of Citygate in terms of transformation and bringing it to probably a better state that is in almost the first class in terms of enhancing the ambience and the experience to commute from Port of Spain to Arena. When you visit Citygate, you must feel the difference and experience the difference of you commuting on any given day. And obviously that will have ties to safety and security in Citygate. We also have some challenges in safety and security on the route. And basically, we try to get a more cohesive, good working relationship with the ministry and the minister and the permanent secretary, which seems to be kind of a kind of elusive relationship right now.
No, let's put it for what it really is, Mr. Knight. We're not going to beat around here on the Observer. It seems that they have a problem with the small man. Every time it has an issue to deal with these maxi taxi drivers, somebody believes that they're just making millions and millions of dollars, when in fact it's not easy for them to apply their trade. If they don't have to deal with the criminal elements, they have to deal with passengers. Sometimes you have school children who are put in these maxis who have no money, and because of the heart and the compassion of these maxi taxi drivers, they say, okay, I'll drop the child, what have you. No, it's not easy. Then why is it, because this is not an overnight problem here that you guys are facing, why every time it comes to the small man, like the maxi taxi drivers, nobody is there to meet you guys halfway?
Well, and again, you had some other people speaking on the program before. And as I say, we have to say what I'm going to say here right now. What I am saying here is probably could align with all the other presenters that I had before who spoke. And my personal opinion is that the entity or the mindset or the power that be behind state agency or the government really doesn't want the resources of the Trinidad and Tobago of the island end up in the small man. And the parity for should pass is a very lucrative pass in the sense of access to the parity for should, which is a toll system. And in my opinion, them feel that being in the sole possession of the average citizen is not something that they want. And it's similar to the other presentations of them who spoke before in terms of petrol train and so forth going on the line. And you're probably to write a point, and that is just my personal opinion where that is concerned, why the priority bus route and maxi taxi be treated in a certain manner. And if you look at the taxis and maxis, with the exception of Citygate, Route 1, that is Yellow Band, and probably a little shed in Grandy, all maxi taxi and taxi business is always on the side of the road.
Yeah, and you're right about that. And the thing about it is that people get the wrong sort of perception, because there are people out there who will run their mouth and say, well, one man owned two maxi streets. And that is something I don't. So what? So you're telling me that you're going to penalize somebody, or you're going to try to bring down their industry because they have an ambition to grow? What about the people who have voted in and they cut deals on so many different things that are supposed to benefit the citizens of this country? You don't come down on them. But as far as the small man goes, when he tries to evolve and tries to develop, you have an issue with it.
Well, you're right about that because, again, the mindset, most people don't view Maxi as a business, as a legitimate business in Trinidad today. It's a business like any other business. And if you could have the other businesses and them having multiple outlets and even reaching to a franchise, if you understand what a franchise means, a franchise doesn't mean one. A franchise means multiple chain and even subsidiary companies in that franchise. So I want to name a particular franchise because I don't want nobody come at night. But at the end of the day, we have a lot of people who have multiple businesses set up in Trinidad and Tobago and multiple outlets. So Maxi Taxi is not different in terms of our business. And under the Constitution, we have the right to own and enjoy our property and the privilege and protection of the law and so forth under the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago. But Maxi in particular, because we have matured and we have to, I believe, give way to that extent. We are still a young country in terms of being a republic, and we are a young country in terms of our independence. You know, we just about 50-something years, going on closing on to probably about 60, and we need a lot of growing up. Because if we just touch a little bit in politics, we haven't matured to the point where if you have a certain color, regardless of that color, once your expertise or your ability is of a certain level, you're supposed to be accepted by any color or any government that is in power. But we haven't reached that level of maturity as yet. And it's no different to treating with Maxi and Taxi. You look at them in a certain manner. And I have a conversation with people at times, and they say you all can't even read and write, but the truth be told that we have Maxi Taxi operators who have degrees, who are ex-police officers, ex-firemen. They are even a Maxi Taxi and personnel end up in the government.
Yeah, and you're right about that. I want to wish you all the best. We're going to continue with this. I will, of course, have you on again. As a matter of fact, I intend to come down to the association and we can do a walkabout through City Gate and look at some of the things that can be changed and changed instantly rather than people just trying to beat around the bush and play Maxi Taxi drivers as though they don't know what they want. It's been years. And the service that you people give, I want to say hats off to you. Keep up the good work, and the best of luck to you and your entire team, my friend.
Well, I appreciate that, and I take that, and I thank you very much for that. And I, as the president of the association of Maxi Taxi, will want to thank all the members and them for their invalid contribution, those who have paid the way, and those who continue to labor in the vineyard. We must appreciate, especially when we are 24 hours servicing. 24 hours. So when you're sleeping in your bed, 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the night, you expect and could appreciate that there are Maxi Taxi drivers outside here risking their life, taking their time away from their family, providing essential service. Any government who is now setting up any part of the world, the first thing you always look at is the allocation of people, where you're going to place the people, and the very next thing in that discussion is how you transport them from one point to the next.
That's right, Mas.
Is always integral in the development and the movement of people of goods and services in any country, any good sensible thinking country.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Knights. Comrade, keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, Mikey, for your time and the opportunity.
Thank you so much.